class as this.
I want us to peel off another layer before I read the wife's response. Children. We know kids are easy to buy. Let's be honest. If you're the person that allows them to play on your phone, if you're the kind of aunt that gives them money, if they are the aunt who kind of aunt that let them have that leeway, you'll be the favorite. And from what this guy is saying, Ajike, the children prefer a side of the family. Is it not justified in saying, you don't rate me? Not only do you not rate me, this disrespect is now getting to my family.
How is it the children's fault? How?
Who did they ask? Is it you, Celia? Because
It's you, Ajike, then I'll and then I'll come to Celia.
The guy is just being petty. He should take them to their family now.
Yeah, but they say when they get there, they want to leave because the other side have
miserable.
That's a lie. Because
you know what? It might just
relationship is built. My son is equally as close to my people as he is to his father's people. I choose to do that because my husband's relatives, they live around us, so we go to their houses. But at the same time, it's only normal. See, I as unfair as this may sound, and I have a son, and somehow it's on the, I don't know, is it the ebbs or the undertones of life? Children tend to be closer to their mother's family. It's just because, like now, as I'm talking to you, I'm in my father's house. I have gone out with my sister's children today. Yeah. My mom has just called me now. There are some things that, you know, it's just, but like somebody mentioned here, it depends on how you want to build your own family. My husband's side of the family too. I decided that, okay, I didn't want it to be one-sided. So my husband's family members that are willing to accept me in their circle. So I'm not going to say some of us. There are some people that our head is on the same frequency. So we are the ones that are running things together. Yeah. If you feel that your children, there are some people in my husband's family that feel that their children are better than mine. Yes, it's all right, stay there. Yeah. But at the same time, those same people, if you see them on their mother's side of the family, they are closer to those people. So I think it's really how many men carry their children to even their own father and their own mother have been finished greeting them.
No, they don't.
So that's why I always tell people that in a relationship, when people are having in-law issues, like you say, I'm not close to my husband's family, really it's your husband's fault. Pack them inside motor, go and stay there morning tonight. How many men can do that? Most men don't do that.
Exactly.
Me, I've carried my son now, I've come here, I'm not going to leave here until Saturday. I know nobody will flog me.
So, I was going to say,
put me in a car and take me to Ijagbo, I will go and stay with these people.
But do you know that there are some marriages where like you just left now? Some men, I was married and my children were closer to my husband's family because those are the families that it wasn't. I did try my best as much as possible to bring them to my family, but he didn't like it at all. Whenever I go, that one is a different case because it was a situation that now looking at it, you know, it's something that about under control and stuff like that. But you know, when we're in a platform like this, we have to be very careful. We'll have to look at two sides of argument and be transparent so that somebody.
I was very careful. I said I don't know about other people. Me, I'm speaking for myself. No man cannot tell me. I have not seen the man. They have not born him in this life. That will tell me, Ajike, that my own children will not be close to my husband. It's true that I wanted to accept it like that. Or you felt that way. You felt compelled.
No, the reason why I'm saying that, Ajike, is because there are some families as well. There are some people out there that are in a situation where the children are kind of close. Sometimes it might not just be because the man wants it. It might just be that this family comes to the house all the time. They are adults.
Close to who they children. I know people. I have cousins on my mother's side of the family that we don't talk.
Yeah. No, what I mean is that the parents
on my mother's, not my father. My mother, in fact, me, when I was growing up, my father went to pack the whole of Kaba. They were living in this house. The whole Kaba.
What I'm trying to say is that
so I was closer to my father's side of the family. So it wasn't like maybe just my mom. As I've grown up, I'm beginning to choose my relationships as I want. And I believe as an adult married woman,
I know the parents, if it's a problem to the house, I think what the parents would have done is to make the children. It depends on the ages of the children because children, they are kids. That's why we say they are kids. You know, if the father sees that this is happening, you know, like my own case too, I did try as much as possible. I was telling my sisters to come into the house. I let the children know. Oh, do you know this is your auntie on the phone? This is your auntie. This is that. You know, it is the responsibility of the man to make the children understand. Even the woman, if I was the woman, I would say, you know what, this is that, these two sisters at where, this auntie, this uncle.
It's as if you did not hear me. You didn't hear what I said.
You know what?
I told you that my
really
husband's side of the family, there are people that I have wanted to go to their house, and they will tell me they are not at home.
No,
So
It's really unfair as well that you try to burden the woman with all this.
Some people don't want to be close to you. They don't want to know you. They don't want to know you and your children. Some people are like that. They don't want to be close to anybody. So me, even my own family here. My son has never met my brother. My brother lives in the UK. But yes, on the phone, okay, hello, how are you? Fine. So obviously he will be closer to my sister that is here. He will be closer to my sister that is here than to my brother that is over there.
Yeah, because there's no problem with it at all right now with you. Everybody's fine with it. But what I mean is that if it comes to a place where one of the parents is feeling that their family, the children are not loving their own family, is their
to rely on them to carry the children. Is it not his child? And then not them
Listen.
Okay, so
I really think that
go to Celia.
No, wait. Sorry, Yuri. We're trying to really blame this woman, and I think it's so unfair.
No, I'm not blaming the woman.
This woman should not be held responsible for her children not being close to her husband's
side of the family. No.
If the husband
guys, sorry, it's really rowdy and I don't know what's wrong with the internet. Sosa, you were trying to make a point. Can you come out with that point you were trying to make?
I'm saying that all situations are not the same. You know, sometimes people, you know, it's not everybody that have this strong personality. They say, oh, because, you know, some people, they are very subtle in the way they address things and the way they do things. And maybe it's okay if none of the parents is not, if it's not an issue at home. If a family wants to like a family more than me, that's okay. But if it becomes an issue that one of the parents is not seeing that, oh, it looks like my children are more gravitated towards your family more than my family, the woman and the man, they have to come up with the strategy to make sure that they are incorporating the both family, the extended family with the children, so that the children will understand that the love needs to be spread equally. If daddy and mommy is not happy about it, that needs to be fixed. That needs to be fixed by both parents. So sometimes, you know, if it's not a problem, maybe because of distance, the extended family is not close to the children, and it's not causing any outgrowth in the house. It's fine. Everybody just lives with life like that. But if it's beginning to affect one person, you know, then it should be looked into, and both parents should fix it. That's my comment. Yeah.
Thank you for that, Sosa. Celia, did you want to say something? Because I want to read the woman's response.
Yeah, I just wanted to say, and I agree with what everybody has said. Right? You find that the children are normally closer to the family that is near, that lives close to them, right? I know, Ajike, in your case, that was not the case, so I don't know. But because for me, for example, right, I have a brother in this country. He has 2 daughters. I have a sister. Now, my son is very close to my younger sister, and that's his favorite auntie. Why? Because that's the person he has seen since when he was how many years old, like 10 months old, you know, and because that's the person that he has always been around. Birthday, she will come. Christmas, she will come. Auntie Pamela, that's her favorite auntie, okay? Now, when it comes to cousins, my brother's children, he doesn't really see them as much, okay? My brother, he doesn't really see my brother as much because my brother is busy. Now, am I going to now say it's the responsibility of my sister-in-law to bring the daughters to my house? No, it's not, because, well, at the end of the day, if you want your children to be close to your sister's children, then arrange a play date, carry them to the house. If they are doing anything, okay, yes, make a conscious effort to be there, which my brother does do when my son has birthday parties. Now, he has cousins from his dad's side in Germany, right? And we try as much as we can to create contact. First of all, there's language barrier because those ones are tag. My son is like, what? Sorry, I don't understand them, mommy. Okay. So it's difficult for them to communicate. And I do video call and say, okay, that's your auntie, that's your dad's sister, and that's your dad. But again, if that relationship is not strong enough for that contact to continue, then it's difficult. Okay, it's difficult. My sister's children in Nigeria is video call that they do, and they play Roblox together. They sign into Roblox. So it is up to the person, the woman or the man, to make those conscious decisions on this occasion. And another thing we have to be very careful with is children will always be children. Okay, no matter what, children do not have that understanding to say, oh, even though this Auntie A does not have, and Uncle B has more, I need to also share the same love. They don't know how to do that. It is the one they get more from. It is the one they get internet in her house or in his house. When they go, that is the one they want to go. My son now is saying, oh, mommy, when are we going to Germany? I don't want to go because it's bad internet. Okay, but anywhere within the UK, he will go. Why? Because my phone wasn't roaming, and for the first few days when we went to Germany, we had issues with internet. That's just how they see it. But as they grow older, they will start to understand, to say, okay, yes,
Yeah,
this is richer than this uncle, but it doesn't matter. Do you understand? Okay. So that is how I see it. Oh.
Thank you for that. Jabba Jansis, you want to say something before I read the wife's response, which is going to shock quite a few of you.
That's why I was saying, it's like you guys have read the wife's response. We haven't. So we're just
I think it's only myself and Celia that have read the wife's response.
And regardless of whether I read the wife's response or not, when I first saw the initial thing that Yori read, this was how I felt. And I'm just going to still say,
okay, please tell us the wife's response.
So
I really want to know.
When we were growing up, we had family friends and cousins. There was no entertainment there. My family friend in Lagos, they have Super NES, everything, and there was no Xbox at the time. So those Nintendos were the things that made us love that place more than our own cousins. So if before they ask any question, we mention Lagos. We're going to Lagos, but we didn't understand that we should share that same love. We're only thinking about where there is generator 24/7, where there is and everything. So that was us. But when we started growing up, we understood that yes, this person is as important as this person is. Yeah. But today, who stood by us? Family. Those people that were going to the house and they were coming to our house because of Nintendo and generator, where are they today? Nobody cared about us. Yeah. So it all boils down to the family. But I don't want to take too much of your time because it's going to look as if I'm saying this and I've already seen that I'm the only man here. So there is no way I'm going to win.
Oh, no. It's not a tit-tat or someone winning because you're representing that man's views and it's very valid. Let me read the wife's response.
I'm taking it personal.
No.
Sosa is sharing the same views with you, Mr. Jags.
Yeah. All right, let me read the wife's response. Hold on.
Sharing the same views with you.
It says, hello, ma'am. It took me the whole of yesterday when I saw my husband's message to actually come up with what to say. I am so sad that my husband came to the internet to seek for help because I haven't been listening to him. I am the only daughter in my family with 5 brothers. One is late. My family is close-knit family since forever, and we have always done things together. We did not start enjoying wealth since young, as we had our fair share of hardship. But later, our situation changed, and we promised to always stick together even when we didn't have. I've always been pampered as the only daughter and the Ada. My husband is not even poor at all to start with. I remember when we wanted to get married and people were saying, I married someone I can match up to. As my brothers were just match up to as my brothers. So my family has family wealth, not one person money. Ma'am, by the time you received this message, I would have been on a flight going home. I cried when I read the post and it dawned on me how selfish I have been. It is true that my brothers pray a lot and say things, but now that I think about it, most of them are expensive jabs and could hurt the person being addressed to. My mom told me to stay back when I told her that my husband was sick, but I convinced her that he will be fine as I've made meals for him to last. If I didn't have my brother, I would still live comfortable with my husband and kids because I work too and he provides. Like he said, he bought a land last year and he's building a house and still takes good care of us. My husband is a good man and doesn't deserve any disrespect, especially from my family. So I'm going to cut my trip short to go home to my husband. I love my husband a lot. I also love my brother. So I hope that everyone will get along better. To be clear, he has never asked me to collect gifts from my family. It's just the way I go about it and the subtle jabs, which I now understand, and asked me not to go for the trip just this year. Thank you very much, and I wish you all the very best. So, given what we know now from the wife, Atalia, Ajike, are you people going to change your stance that this man is
He was only apologizing. She
No.
didn't say anything fantastic.
You know what I told you?
She didn't say anything fantastic. Now,
I
she didn't
said
say
chop
anything. She
knuckle,
didn't
chop-
corroborate. She did not
Chop
exonerate.
knuckle.
She did
Chop
not do anything.
knuckle. Oh, I think I don't leave me handing. Chop knuckle, chop knuckle, chop knuckle, chop knuckle.
I'm chopping it. Okay, I'm here. What did she say? Kilo sir.
Listen.
Now she not say anything. She just talk about
Okay.
I love my husband. Who does not love his husband? I be her husband. Then I beg Jerry.
If you remember
Because
from
you
the
want us
start when
to
I
arrange
Hold
this
on,
thing.
Jags. Hold on,
I
Jags.
said, Mr. Jabajantis, wait though, because this is why I'm saying you're taking it personal. If you remember from the beginning, when I said, okay, if the man is offended by whatever the brothers are saying, have a conversation with your wife. I don't know that the wife is not listening. If my husband has that conversation with me and says, you know what, I don't like it, your brothers are being insensitive, I will have that conversation with them. Remember, I also said, if the wife is not handling it, I will go and handle it myself by calling your brothers and say, you know, we're meant to be brothers. This thing is offending me. Obviously, the man can't do that because he's in his feelings. That's the part that I'm trying to get in. He is in his feelings. He can handle this himself. It's no big deal. And kudos to the lady.
I love my husband. I love my husband. Running up and down. If she
Something that upsets her to save her marriage.
Hold on, Sosa. Hold on.
Can I finish? Let me finish now. Let me finish. She wants to save her marriage because if you know the internet, you know where they would have bashed that woman. She herself know because everybody will be taking it personal, like Mr. Jabajantis. They will be saying,
let me tell you.
She's bad, she's this, because she's rich, because she's this, because she's Shekinika. Nobody will actually want to see it from the woman's point of view and be like, to me, it's no big deal. Oh. It's no big deal. And so they would have trolled this woman, because one thing I did not do is read the comments. And I'm sure that these people would have, obviously the woman wants to save her marriage because we and I both know the power of internet. People would have said things and this man is reading. So what will she do that to come out and apologize? Kudos for her. She did well because that will be my response as well. I apologize so that the man can have his ego back. They didn't do nothing. Period.
Jags, do you think this woman was beaten to submission by, as Talia has described it, that she's not truly sorry, but she's just saving face now because
I didn't say she's not truly sorry, yo. I didn't say she's not truly sorry.
Okay, do you think she's been beaten? Yeah, to write this. So even if she's sorry a tad, but it's as if she's kind of been beaten to write this write-up.
See, first of all,
so it's as if we're massaging her husband's ego.
With what I've read, what I've listened to from the man, and with what I've listened to from the woman, this woman's response is the same person that wrote both stories. Then number two, if a man is taking things personal, see, I'm not taking it personal. When a man is saying bitter truth, they say he's taking it personal. If I take it personal, I will be venting on a different level. I'm just being real. I'm just being extremely real. Because this story now, on the man's side and the woman's side, I can tell you 100%. I can put my money on it. It is the same person that wrote both stories.
Okay, for argument's sake, let's say it's not. So this woman is written.
for argument's sake, I'm just going to say this. In any marriage, please, so man and woman, put your immediate family first. Whatever ritual or festival.
Ritual. They didn't say ritual, Jags. They said tradition.
No. Wait. If you can put that event first and your family second, it is no longer a tradition. It's a ritual, because it's only a ritual that you cannot cancel. If it's a family tradition, now this is our tradition. Me and you and our kids are our tradition now. We come first. Our holiday come first. Can you cancel? So you're saying if me and you are going to Paris, you're saying you're going to cancel it and you want to go with your brothers.
No.
You better carry the third baby for your brothers.
No, that's not what she's saying. She still goes on holiday with her husband and the kids as well. That's not what she's saying. She didn't
say. Last week, a friend of mine, who is an actor, he acts in UK here. He wanted to plan a birthday for his wife to take her outside London. And the brothers, they went and created a WhatsApp group. They didn't ask him whether there's anything he's got planned on ground for his wife. They didn't ask him if he has anything he wants to add to what they're doing. They just, after doing all the communication back and forth, they now added him to the group and said, oh, we're planning this thing for your wife.
But Jack, can I ask a question? So because I've got brother, well, not brothers, but I've got brothers. So are you saying that my brother cannot arrange something for me? He has to go through you before they do something? You don't therefore closeness. My brother should be able to do something for me and not feel that he's gonna hurt my husband.
I have 4 grown sisters married. Okay, we have a WhatsApp group of our own. I cannot plan birthday for my sister without involving her husband.
Yeah, I agree with that.
That's disrespectful. If I'm one of your brothers, we're gonna call your husband. James, what's going on? It's your wife's birthday. We're planning to do this. What do you think? And I'm gonna be like, now, let's do it together. I was gonna do this, but now that you suggested this, exactly. That's how to do things.
Let me ask you. So, say for instance, your in-laws now come and say, Jags, we want to do this for our sister, but we don't need your cash. We want to do it. Would you have a problem with that?
No.
That is already disrespectful. You don't have to tell me you don't need my cash.
It's not disrespectful. They can just say to you, we don't need you to worry. We want to take care of it and do it for our
I mean, I'm just saying verbal words.
See, if you want to do it, don't involve me at all.
Okay, but if they don't involve you, you say they did not involve you, it's disrespectful. They involve you and they say they want to do it for their sister.
You just want to break their home. You people don't like the truth.
It's not a matter of the truth.
Jags, hold on. I want to drill those in. So you've got sisters. So if someone calls your wife up and be like, we want to do Jags' birthday, but don't worry. Are they breaking your home?
How can you say don't worry?
We don't want to stress you. Just help us bring him in.
With the preoccupation of them throwing subtle shades at me already.
Okay.
With all those things.
There's accumulation of stuff going on before. Then I understand why that would be.
Okay, yes. On that,
about all the things that have been happening.
But context is everything anyway. It's like context of where
the man is in his feelings. All of us don't deal with all these things the same way. Some of us will put our feet down straight away and be like, "Oh, Benny, you better go with your family now." And some people will be like, "Darling, I don't think what you're doing is right. Don't you think it's wrong?" We do things differently. All of us, we grew up differently. Some of us are street. Some of us are like omobota. Some of us can't even complete a sentence. So how do we expect them to deal with this?
Some of us are half and half.
Exactly. So, what works for Igbo does not work for Naijao. The marriage will not work. When I was talking about that, my friend, he just called me straight away saying, "You see, these people have started again." His name is, I don't want to say it.
Okay.
So he said, "I don't know, maybe I'm reacting too much. Why is it that these people, they like to take the piece. If I start now, they will say I don't start again. Oh, you don't, it's my wife. You are not asking me what I've got planned. You just came and impose something on me. I don't, you people will still come and ask me for money. You come and beg me for this. You come and beg me for that. But every time you try to drag me, and then you will now put me on the spot, like throw me under the bus, where I won't be able to say no. So these things in real life, it doesn't happen the way we're saying it here.
Okay.
It is not what we think it is.
Thanks, Jags. But in closing, I'll go round the
No, you
panel.
can't close yet, Yuri, because me, I haven't said
I will come to you, Celia.
We will do this thing part 1 and 2. Don't worry. We'll
Don't
do part
worry.
1 and 2.
Let me come to you, Celia, and then I'll close. So, Celia, with the same thing I've asked both Jags and Talia and Ajike, your views have been, you cannot piggyback on everybody. So you understand from Celia's point, Sosa's point of view, GK's point of view, Talia and Jags. Now that you've heard the woman's perspective, the man is definitely justified in his feelings, isn't he?
Now that I've heard the woman, I heard the woman's perspective before I said all those things that I said, right?
And the views haven't changed?
No, my views have not changed because I feel like it is very irrelevant. Don't get me wrong. I understand the man's feelings. And when you look at it from the man's point of view, I can understand where he feels his ego has been hurt. But what I'm saying is, it's not that deep. And again, I would like to know more about these jabs and all these things that are going on, because I feel like the man has just allowed these things to go on and then make it an issue. Because to be honest with you, I don't think this is a big issue. And unfortunately, the wife is a very well-trained, respectable woman. That's what, because the girls of these days, they will not reply that reply. That's why when Mr. Jags was saying, oh, it's the same person that wrote the story.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because the woman just wants to respect her husband. Yeah, the woman is she was well trained. She wants to respect her husband and still put that honor on the man. Do you understand? Because she did not really do anything wrong. And I think this man is just trying to cause a problem where there is no problem. There are different ways this thing could have been sorted out. He could have his wife, he could have told his wife and made it an issue to her to say, I really do not like the way your brothers are speaking to me. Because maybe he must have said it, dropped hints here and there to the wife, and maybe the wife did not take it seriously. Because this woman, she looks like somebody that is so, like, she's pampered, but at the same time, she tries to think of, okay, how is this affecting my husband? And because the brothers haven't really said anything dire, that's why she hasn't taken it seriously. But now that he has complained, she's now going to do something about it. But then my question is, if she does something about it, it's going to affect her relationship with her brothers. Do you understand? Is it going to affect her relationship with her brothers? So I feel like the man has just opened a can of worms that did not need to be opened at all. I think there are ways he could have gone about it. Now he's going to start making the woman feel, oh, okay, I need to listen to everything my brother says and censor out what is joke and what is not joke, and then reprimand my brothers for it. And the relationship is already going to affect the relationship by the time she starts doing that. So I think and to be honest with you, as I said before, this is all part of domestic violence. This is how it starts. I'm not saying he's going to
be controlling her.
He started to control her. He has started to control her by putting this out there and saying, you are not respecting me. Your brothers are disrespecting me. Do you need to go to this family holiday all the time? So next year now, this woman might say, actually, I don't want to go. Yeah, this woman might say, I don't want to go, but she really wants to go. But because she wants to keep her husband happy, she will say, I don't want to go. And then by the time the brothers are doing things, maybe having a party here and there, oh no, I can't make it, sorry. She will now start trying to distance herself small from her relatives because she wants to please her husband. And so you know it, the relationship she has with her brothers would.
You don't know.
Okay. Hold on. Sosa. Hold on. Sorry, Talia and Jags. Let me go to Sosa. Sosa, given what Celia said now, do you see where this whole fraction may now set in? So a very put together family is now about to come to Differing in the sense that this man is now putting cracks where there's no crack. Like
Okay.
this family holiday now, she might choose not to go. And then her kids are missing out from relationship that she has fostered all over the years. And then, yeah.
Sorry, Yuri, I'm finished.
Yeah, I am. Please go on.
Yeah. When I read that article, to be honest with you, there was no place that the man actually went for the wife directly. The man was just expressing his feelings. He didn't say the wife was a bad person, remember?
No.
And the other way, when the woman
Hold on, Jags.
When the woman responded and said, "Oh, I can see where those jabs have affected." So you know what I mean? If you know that jabs is affecting somebody that you love, you don't even need them to. You don't even need them to tell you. If you're out with your husband and maybe your family member says something like, "No, that's a bit too far," the first thing you ask, "Honey, are you okay? I hope you're not upset with that." That's how you care for other people's feelings, because this is your love of your life. You know what I mean? So that means the woman knows that there were gaps that probably would be upsetting him. And she waited for the man to actually say, "Oh, and now I can't."
No, but Sosa, there's a hold on, Celia, hold on. The thing about it is, Sosa, sometimes you reflect. So she might not be mindful of this, but given that he's mentioned it now, she's like, sometimes people say, you offended me. Like, how did I offend you? This was, I didn't know he offended you. Now that you said it, I will make sure that I don't say things like that. So she might not know.
That's what I'm saying. I'm going to say that.
Hold on, Jags, I'll come to you.
But for me, I feel like where the man is coming from, it's justified that, those jabs really got to him, and I understand how that the woman identified that, and I believe that both of them, if it's true, I don't know how true this story is, but I feel like both of them are just people that don't like trouble. Just that they have kind of tried to handle this in a way that I know it can be misinterpreted.
The
but
man likes trouble. I'm sorry. He likes trouble. He's just put it out there. Yeah, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Sorry, let me just tell you something. You see what this man has done, Now you have just said the man did not come for the girl, for his wife, But let me tell you, people that know how to control people, this man has been looking at how the girl's family have been there for her, providing for her, their children, everything. The children like her side of the family more than the side of the family and everything. He has been seeing all these things, and it's paining him.
Yeah. A man that wants to
so now what does he do? This information. No, wait,
hold on, guys. I'm losing you guys. Hold on.
Stand up. You can talk. Jags, you can talk. So what does he do? Instead of confronting her straight on and causing a big issue about it, he just throws it out and makes it look as if, I'm feeling this certain type of way, I'm feeling this type of way. But he knows the seed he has sown. And this seed is going to germinate. It is going to germinate because this woman is going to... Okay.
Let me tell you something. Men that behave like that have those motives, they don't even speak out. They are the most... men that have those motives.
They speak out because they want pity. Look at you, people are pitying him. He's not well. The wife left him. He's not this. The family does not respect him. Just for banter.
Hold on, guys. Hold on.
If it's a man that has just undertone, I wanted to do something to the woman, whatever it is that you think that the man was going to do, I think you are looking at it and you're just expressing it in the worst case scenario. And I think the man that had those qualities that you think that this man has will not come to social media to express himself. I'm telling you, they don't have that kind of
fun. The minute that came on the internet, that marriage ended.
That technique you can destroy. They will say you will go to your father's house. They don't have the family.
So, you yourself
hold on.
React in different ways. He will not. He wants to gather sympathy first, so that by the time we are already feeling. Even me, in a way, I'm feeling sorry for him. He wants to gather sympathy first. That is how people be. That's
possible.
How people
As well.
Celia and Sosa, hold your sympathy. Let me go to...
I don't feel sorry for him one bit. I have no sympathy. I'm sorry, but...
Hold on, Talia.
I think that he's throwing his toys out of the pram and there's really no need for it. I have no sympathy at all. I think he could have handled it a whole... Have you
He doesn't need
forgotten that these ladies' brothers will see this. These ladies' brothers will see this and they will know exactly who
that guy was
wrote it.
Yeah.
That's what you
That's
guys
even going to be more problems because, sorry?
No,
What are you
go on.
saying, Mr. Adrian?
No, go on, see, Talia, go on, and then I'll go to Jags to finish up.
Yeah,
I
these
think
big
it's
brothers
there,
will
I
see,
think,
and
Yeah.
it will be all sorts of problems now. This thing didn't need to escalate this way. Remember that the woman said she is Diada. Therefore, her brothers are younger than her. Sorry. How can these young men, are we not Africans?
Yeah.
If we're Africans, we know that it's very unlikely that these young men will go out of their way to insult their senior sister's husband. That's not going to be possible. It might just be banter like uncle this, brother this. That's just what it is. And the man is taking offense because he's still living in his poor man's mentality. If he grows up and handles it the way he was meant to be handling it won't escalate the way it's escalated. Celia is right. This is just bullshit. I'm so sorry. The man should have never out their issues on social media if he didn't expect to start controlling this woman. Because now, what people, Nigerians have helped this man to affect this woman's what's the word? Not pride, but self. What's that word?
Yeah,
Help me,
self-confidence or whatever it is.
Self-confidence. Thank you. What people have suppressed this woman's confidence, and this woman thought, let me save my marriage, and she came out to apologize. Come on, man, you guys should.
Jags, thanks, Talia. Jags, at what point should this man have protected his wife? Because in fairness, why did this need to come on social media? Was there no other medium to speak to the wife?
I'll tell you why. I'm not even going to lie about it. You see, for a man to come to social media, he has tried so many times.
He don't know. He has not tried.
Oh, hold on, Celia. Let Jack finish. Hold on.
Did she not read it? You read it, right?
He has not tried. He has not sat her down to have that discussion with her.
Celia, hold on. Let Jack finish.
Can you read it again? We have all the time. Because I remember vividly you mentioned it. And he said it several times as well before she went on the holiday. So if she was going to make correction, she would have made it, not medicine after the campaign after election. Anyway, what I was trying to say is this. When a man comes to social media, knowing fully well at the back of his head that father-in-law will hear, mother-in-law will hear, brothers-in-law will hear, that he was already done with the marriage. He was ready for anything. If it was going to be the end, he was ready. If he was going to be corrected, I'm not sure if he was ready. Because for you to go to the social media, you already know that things will scatter. Scatter. So he had already made up his mind. So let's forget about all these. Oh, he wants to control. He's not controlling anything. He was done. If I go to the internet, which marriage doesn't have arguments or differences? We settle it in the bedroom.
Yeah.
The following, you're smiling again. Whatever makes me come to the internet, just know that we are already the rock. It's just that it hasn't smashed yet. So that guy coming to the internet, he had already made up his mind that yes, so only for I don't know how to speak that Yoruba.
So whatever happens.
Whatever happens.
I just want to ask Mr. Jabadansis one question. Sorry, Mr. Jabadansis. Like we've been saying, if the tables were turned. So if the tables were turned, now it's your sisters, that throwing slight shades to your wife, and then your sisters are like, oh, it's my brother's birthday. I want to make sure we want to do a significant birthday. They want to throw you a party, and we know that maybe your wife is not that type to actually like throw a party or whatever. Should your wife take offense to that?
So when there was a time my sisters came here and one of them was getting into the kitchen, trying to wash the drains, wash wash hand basin and stuff. My wife didn't really like it. She felt like they were trying to say she's
not clean.
They came to do housework. Please come and help me. I cannot come and keep myself.
So that's why I told you people react differently. My sister, are you saying for like I cannot do that? oh yeah, come and sit down. My sister picked up the message immediately. They will never disrespect my wife. The way we were brought up, you know their
imagine if your sister took offense to that and said, but I'm just trying to help. I'm not saying your falake can't do it, but I'm trying to help.
My sisters will never, because you know why? Because they too understand. They've been married for years. They too understand that in their territory, they want you to respect their boundaries. These things, they're not rocket science. These are real life scenarios. They're not Nollywood or all this thing where somebody will slap a man in the face and the man will be like, baby, why did you do that? It doesn't happen like that in real life. Real life is different. If I come to your house now and because I see some things in the passage and I go to where you put your hoover and I grab it and I start hoovering, you're gonna think like, what's wrong with this guy? Why is it being overzealous? Who sent him? You know, there are some things we just have to respect people's boundaries. It is not rocket science because in real life, these things don't work like this. So you know, you can't take it. You can't take it.
Thanks.
No, I think I probably have more of a late, because for me, if you come to my house and you feel you want to clean, please come and help me. I pay cleaner every week. So if you want to help that situation, please do. I think there's certain things that don't need to be, there's certain things that really don't need all this our energy that we throw into it.
As bad as Nigeria is, so you are angry that your in-laws are spending money.
You know what I mean? Is that really the boil of contention? Like, let's be real now. Some things are not serious.
Okay. Thanks, Celia, Tali, and Jags. In closing, and I'll go to Ajike and Sosa for this. Now, this couple have had their issues online. What will be the best way to move on? And I'll come to Sosa first. What will be the best way to move on? The man is obviously aggrieved. The woman is coming there now. She's unsure of how she wants to manage herself. And like we said, now there might be fractions. So how does this, because it's as if, and I'm not trying to be stereotypical, we tend to cater to men's needs a lot, and we don't care about how this woman is feeling. So Sosa, what will be the best approach so that this woman doesn't lose herself? Like she's got brothers that she's close to. Now she's got a husband that needs her as well. And it's about a balancing act. So how do we then balance these acts so that Jags will not feel aggrieved, Talia will not feel aggrieved?
First of all, I don't understand how people bring things to the internet. Anyway, if it wasn't brought to the internet, we won't have the topic. So
yes, so I thank you, Mr. Ada.
I personally, I don't understand why people bring this to the internet. I'll never put my private things to the internet. But now that the topic is brought now, when something like that happens, I try to look at things in a literal value, like look at it from a different perspective. Remember when we go to uni here, when you write, and no matter how expensive your essay is, if you do not have both sides of argument, you are not going to get any grade in that essay. I use whatever handling issue. But topic comes like, okay, look at this. I try to balance it. I'm not saying the man has not done something. A man has a little bit of insecurity issues as well. And the woman, there's no big deal here. Like you said, it's a small matter. Have a discussion. And there will be a lot of compromise. Both of them need to compromise. You know what I mean? Whatever you are doing, there's compromise. If you're in a relationship and one other person feels like, I'm the only one that is begging all the time, there's going to be an issue. No, the man needs to understand where the woman is coming from. And the woman also just need to understand the man's feelings as well and say, okay, you know what, maybe when I'm pushing it a bit too far, if you start affecting this man, let me bring it back again. Let me boost it. Because at the end of the day, men, they say men will always be men. I know, but if it's really, really hurting like that, it should be your responsibility. It's okay, how do we fix it for you now? What do you think I can do that can, except maybe there's an abuse. I'm not seeing it from that angle, but if that's where it is, that's different. But if it's not from that angle, people are very sensitive. My dad is so sensitive. My dad will never say anything wrong to my mom. I never see my dad, but if anything happens at home, my dad will come and cry and judge. There was an issue that my dad said something about my mom. I was very upset when my mom came and I was talking to my mom. He told my mom, why will you do that? My dad came to my mother and said, mommy, like for Benin, mommy, because he was already upset that I was talking to the wife. I said, they don't pick issues to me,
Meaning?
So when that some men are even more soft and more sensitive than a woman. So if you have a husband like that, you know that things like that are getting to it's just banter. And if your husband don't like the banter, cut it out. Go and banter with somebody else, you know. And then the man will understand that it's just about a matter of compromise. When you know the person you are with, that you know that this person is solid and he get my back. If you have that confidence of each other, there is nothing that you cannot conquer in a marriage. So that's the only thing I have to say.
Okay, thanks, Sosa. Ajike?
Just one thing. Have we even considered that this woman too will be hurting that this man is not getting along with her brothers?
Of course, yeah.
Well, she's aware now.
Because it's not gonna be an easy thing for her, easy pill for her to swallow as well. In her mind, she wants this perfect family, and this man is not even making an effort to get along with her brothers.
Yeah.
So the hurt works both.
That's why I say compromise. That's why I say both of them need to come into the middle. I understand from each other's view. The man need to understand that this girl is, you know, this is brothers and all that. Have your communication. Okay, darling, this is what we're going to do. I know they're your brothers. They can even sort it out within themselves without even their extended family, without the brothers even getting to know about it. When she has to be funny, the man will say, oh, the parent can say, okay, she's not coming out too much now. Okay, let's leave her. She's married now, you know, without even extending. It's a discussion you just have to get that the man need to understand greatly that this woman has been pampered. They have brothers. You cannot expect it to just switch automatic overnight. So you will have to push yourself a little bit, walk down a little bit, and the woman will be willing to walk down a little bit and try and meet the middle. Even if you have to be 10% away to meet the woman, that's it. If you cannot compromise for your wife or compromise for your husband, you shouldn't even be married together in the first place.
Now you're talking.
And it doesn't sound like the man has attended any of these family holidays.
It's possible. Yeah, it's possible that the man has not done that.
Ajike, let me come to you. Compromise, not losing yourself. What advice do you have for these people so that they can match each other's energy 50-50? We don't want this woman to lose herself. This is something she's lived all her life. Now, this is another man that she needs to cater to. Unfortunately for her, she's the only woman among 5 or 6 men now. So how can she juggle herself so that she doesn't lose herself at the same time, manage her husband's ego?
To be honest, she just goes to the house and beg.
She should what?
To be honest, they should go to the house and stop disturbing us.
And get on fire.
No. It's very unnecessary. Celia said it all. It's not that deep. I really don't know why the guy was just rambling. I don't know. To me, even the apology, I don't know the apology the woman to give. I didn't even understand what she was saying. What was she saying? I didn't hear.
She said she loves her husband. She didn't mean it. She
should go
reflected.
home and solve their matter, whatever it is. For me, I felt the guy, everything was very unnecessary. Could have called his wife. Some people who they are not, the bottom line, what I can say is that the guy is not emotionally intelligent in any way, shape, or form. So, you should go and learn. You should go and just learn to loosen up. Are you little here now? You should just learn to loosen up. You should learn to laugh a bit and be happy with his money. At least he has money. You should be happy.
We see.
All
That's
right.
what I was saying. People did not.
No, we get you, Talia. We get you. So we're gonna leave it at that. But I think from across the panel, Mr. Ada's husband, you need to take the chill pill. We understand how you feel, and I'm sure your wife understands how you feel. Now, don't let her lose her brothers, because you know they say sometimes marriages last, marriages don't last. The least you can do is to make sure that she still has a solid family that she can fall on, because you don't know what's going to happen to you tomorrow. We don't want anything to happen to you. But just be rest assured that you can do the best you can. You met that family as a unit. Don't be that person and now scatter them. So until next week, when we come your way with another exciting topic, thank you for trashing with us, and we'll see you next week. Adios.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.